Shut down. Enemy double kill.
Attention gamers. As many of you know, last week I celebrated my anniversary with Rav's wife, and that night at dinner she was like,
"When we get home we can do anything you want."
and I was just like,
Anything? Like nothing's off the table tonight?
Absolutely anything.
so I said I want to build Ezreal full crit and cosplay him like a real ADC to see what happens when you buy a bunch of right-click auto attack stackers on that Rift. Ellen DeGeneres, spend an intimate amount of time finding the secret sauce that makes this blondie into a boss, and here is what I know so we can skip the foreplay. Lethal Tempo is ass monkey, as it seems similar to his passive, which is already a tone-deaf design with the rest of this dazzling daddy's kit, so if you see any YouTubers recommending it, tell them they have a micropeen and go PTA instead. Then I thought Kraken would be Kraken, babe, like bust a supercharged Q-nut into some mofos, but I learned that it pairs too nicely with defeats, and thus I discovered the high tech of the double dash shifty shotski Gale Force tech, followed with this crit cannon, a little shiny sheen with that crit, then some armor pen to spank those who tank, add a staticky slow yo ass down on Q pops and you will be rolling. If the game goes long you can eBay those Nikes for a Navori and you will be blinking around more than an eye with a fly in it. So today you will see how Ezreal can be dressed up like a cute little critter and still perform in a way that gets him voted class president.
Are you f***ing serious?
Wait, if nothing's off the table, can you also tell my viewers to subscribe, because a big portion of them aren't, and I would love if they did. Okay, now for legal reasons I have to disclose that I gave up my blonde bleached butthole for a kill early, because when it comes to map awareness I am blind, but then some dude was like, hey no, being blind is my thing, and well yeah, flick my nipples till they're hard. I ended up in base from it. But not to fear, because when I came back I put on some David Goggins and asked this morgue if she wanted to be the best fine bitch of the bot, and I believe the burst that I followed up with like a songbird's fart out of this Ellen's anus should speak to the power of PTA. Then we are just abusing these scrubs like they are our ginger stepchilds. When a prom queen prison into puddle prompts me to pull the power cord on my brain and blink onto a series of 69.5 stuns as we still get pulse fire piggy tits' heel before heading back, because I have an eerie feeling in my e-boy ass pocket that some sightless gypsy is going to try and steal my foam finger, and thanks to Morg cuffing my balls when hers actually needed the fondle, that jag off in the jumpsuit goes gripix by gripping as I try to fire some fairy fizzle fuzz down his greedy ass to make it quasi worth. I come back to lane with a 12 PM quiver in my sack, and my sup is like, wanna rendezvous with Rhonda in the river? And I'm like, if Rhonda is codename for a dead as pisslux, then put me down twice in the count my ass in column. Now this next play was a bitty of a shitty when it comes to how it started, because Morg was more pushed out than a fat chick's cami toe in yoga pants, and freaking Fiddle's flank isn't exactly a surprise Chris Hansen-esque entrance, and sure enough I play this one like I have thumbs for brains and dicks for thumbs, but Gale Force Alleluia shows its value, and then Kate gets too frightened to finish her ult, allowing me to fizzle one more tickler for the hard-earned kill steal. And when I get back to lane we see a little "I'll show you mine if you show me yours" by the Snare Sisters, and then I show why a little lethal crit makes Lux's health disappear faster than a Klondike bar at a fat diabetic fuck's house. Then the boys with the blue bars are buff hunting in Dragon Pit, so I head up to check in on why this large dog covered in tomato soup is throwing such a temper tantrum before missing the same galaxy as any enemy with my big bedazzled boomerang. The shitfest spreads, and then I tilt my head, look at Fiddle and say,
"You had one, Joe. Just the one."
but he makes up for it by saying the weather forecast is cloudy with a chance of bloody ravenous crows, as I bang my internet GF hard and wait for the dragon buffless waters to settle. And since I'm building like a normal ADC, I know I can get Yone global like one, so I hang back, wait for Tether Me Tommy to be a certified wind shitter, and then I foam finger fondle his dead ass in the bush. "Stop," says Nasus in a concerning voice, likely talking about how their Lee is insistent on being both blind and clinically stupid. Then we are just doing this technique called zoning, where you whip your wiener out in lane and say, "See, it's bigger than yours now, back up bitch," but then I get a good look of those Lux buttocks, so I'm like BRR BRR BRRR, scoot into that booty for the kill. Oh, then I skillfully stand still and right click to slay the British chick. Now I wasn't there for the beginning of the story, but I heard the guys asked our ape to do his stripper impersonation and he started pole dancing, which made the samurai uncomfortable because he's an eternal virgin for playing that champ, so he went back to base as a little wombo de combo ensued, and I opted to contribute by saying the fuzzy cuffs won't be needed when I have the force of Gale on my side. Lux looks at me like she wants me and I'm like, Q would have been the move, and she's like, this Q? And I'm like, yeah exactly, but I don't think she heard me because she was fucking dead instead. There's a standoff up north about if dogs are better than monkeys, and considering the judge is blind as shit I don't see what his value is, so I murder him before dog is like, whack half your health bitch, so I gale force it quick shit a brick way to tick and then click Q to kill the dog. Call me Michael Vick. Yone at blue fiddle, Yone close, we are flanking guys, Yone no ult, Yone dead, good shit guys. Then there's a little bot lane rematch mid, you know, same shit different lane, and Lux be out here all like I'm submissive and breedable, so I quickly removed that cringe ass hairbanded babe from my sight. And I don't know if this Lee had a fortune cookie that said take chances or some motivational poster saying yes you can, but damn if he wasn't giga hyped with settings toggled to auto accept any landed Q, and come to think of it he can't read a damn fortune cookie and he also can't rock the golden look as well as our morgue. Then apparently there's absolutely nowhere in the lore that mentions Ezreal and Lux being a couple, so I don't know what the background is there, but I can say when I do see one I just want to whip my critty nippies out and hang, so I wait patiently for other shit to happen and then I say surprise bitch, yeah tie me up and look me in the eye when you die honey bunny, yeah she was feeding hard. This allows us to all get drizzled with Baron Ball jizz, to which I see Lee coming in, so I'm like, oh hey didn't see you there, let me introduce you to the entire family, and well, sorry they can be a little tough around new guests. And with my post-nut clarity I head over for a Fruit Ninja speed run attempt, which doesn't fare well for the hungry hay bag, but I do gotta say having little critting fizzle ticklers feels naughty on Miss DeGeneres. And so does seeing a team fight and turning into a battle blinker shift shitting monstrosity dashing into the action like you got super socks on some swanky ass carpet till they are all dead except for one gobstopplingly stupid ass mall cop pathing worse than a beta version of MapQuest that has been overtaken to mine Bitcoin instead because cryptocurrency is all the little kid cuck money buzz right now apparently, but moral of the story is damn look at how much my auto attacks do. So we claim the enemy jungle as our own territory, and unlucky for this Lee trespassing on our new property is punishable by a lifelong prison sentence, and look man, no one wanted that long of a sentence. No one wants that long of a sentence. Side plot: 2 of our inhibs are down because despite this literally being a blind normal they have some eternal kissless virgin trying his absolute hardest on Nasus to split and win as if Mr. Beast is in his stream offering an island if he wins his next game, but unfortunately for him my foam finger is spawning large white numbers. The gang is out here battling a GMO hoodlum when bam a wild windshitter appears using his trademark ability called Overextend, so I blink out, hit the Lux ult tanning salon, then gale force into Gary Goon Gales for the slay. And thus we have some deja vu from the intro you viewed as we see these greedy dick lint collectors hanging out by the gates of Scary Scarecrow Corner and Critty Ellen DeGeneres Lane as I capital F fell at these mofos with ease. This sets us up to slay one of the oldest and wisest Charizards on the Rift. They call him the Elder, and thankfully Lee's too blind to land a Q, so he has to make a last-ditch effort to flash and subsequently get fucked for no reason. And you know what happens when Ezreal has 120% crit and Elder Jizz flowing through his veins? The same exact thing that having 100% crit with Elder Jizz flowing through his veins would do, and that's dismantle all the D-gens on the other team with absolute ease, ruining this dumb Nasus's dream of getting this blind normal lobby victory and winning that Mr. Beast Island. So my final conclusion of Crit Ez is that it's on par with a dry hand job, so if you are really in the mood go for it, otherwise, stick to Mobify or mindless meta I would say. Please subscribe if you are still here and check out what happens when Akshan builds like a tank here. Rav out.
They ask how I rap like I am the baby. Your girl in my DMs and she going crazy. She asked to come over, I'm telling her maybe. I'm busy, I'm chasing the check.